it's a cliche that you have heard repeatedly about the Vietnam veteran being spat upon and called a baby killer. It happened to me. It happened to my brother Eddie. Raise your hand, Eddie. Did it not happen to you? And I want to thank my partners from the Vet Center in East LA for coming down and supporting me. 3 weeks out of the Army, I joined the Vietnam Veterans Against the War, because when I came home and I realized what we had been doing to the Vietnamese people and what we had been doing to ourselves, I became a war protester. Here's an excerpt from my first demonstration 3 weeks out of the U.S. Army. When the last speaker took the mic, I scurried back to the VVAW encampment. By now the park was full of people, and I found it difficult to maneuver my way back. Jack and a guy named Dave Portugal were hurriedly arranging the small army into a cohesive formation, getting ready for us to march to the open coffin. It was pine and sat on 2 planks of wood raised about 3 feet in the air. The first to reach it tossed in their medals, badges, ribbons, and other military decorations handed out for their individual achievements in Vietnam. Jack nudged me. Jack nudged his way through the crowd and stood behind me. What you got? A Bronze Star? A CMH? You know, once they're gone, they're gone. I don't know if I could toss it all, I said. It's a commitment. You're either in or out, he said. When my time came, Jack, to his credit, looked away. I had no trouble tossing my campaign ribbons, presidential unit citations, stuff like that. But I could not get rid of my combat infantryman badge. I hesitated. I valued this award. Only a small percentage of non-vets received this special citation. Jack turned his head to look at me, and I let it go. Suddenly on my right flank, a great commotion commenced. Police with riot gear marched towards us with batons and face shields held up over their heads. Dave and Jack started yelling, "Pigs!" I ran for cover, and I was immediately sprayed with pepper spray and hit with a nightstick over the head. The blow opened the seam over my right eye and started a flow of blood all over my face. Jesus, this shit never happened to me at Nam. I was trained to identify the enemy. I saw them divided into 3 groups. The majority was LAPD in their blue uniforms. There was a small contingent of park police in their Boy Scout uniforms, but the coolest by far were the Los Angeles County sheriffs. Dressed in their khaki and green, they seemed to take great pleasure in their work. It was one of those bastards that attacked me. I was trained to fight to the death with my attacker. I wiped the spray from my eyes and tackled the son of a bitch. I was immediately smothered by 3 of his comrades. I was hit again and again, and though I offered no resistance, I was kicked repeatedly in the ribs and back. As I was held down, feet and arms spread open, the motherfucker who started it all roughly cuffed me picked me up by the wrist and shoved me in a van with that already held 6 cats who were guilty of the same crime I had committed, exercising our First Amendment. I had no idea why the cops were attacking us. I leaned to the dirty window and I could make out whole families receiving much the same treatment. I lost all respect for the law that day.